Hello, my name is Ross Newkirk, and I wanted to share with you how to properly program a Vogel Cut Crystal. The first thing you're going to do is clear the crystal. In order to do that, you're going to hold it between your thumb and middle finger, and you're going to have the firing tip, which is the narrower end, facing up. Then you're going to take your middle finger and thumb on your dominant hand. So if you're left-handed, you're going to do just the reverse of this. And you're going to put your thumb on one facet and the middle finger on an opposing facet. Now, if it is a odd number crystal, like this one's a 9-sided one, you're going to do approximately the opposite, side. And what you're going to do is, in the case of a 9-sided crystal, you're going to actually clear it 5 times. If this was a 4-sided crystal, you're going to clear it 2 times, and so forth. And so what you're going to do is you're going to put the fingers on the opposing facets, and then you're going to hold in your mind's eye clearing, the intention of clearing the crystal. And so just picture clearing the crystal, and then once you have that in your mind, you're going to do a inward breath through the nostril and then a forceful outer breath through the nostril as well as you exhale, and then you're going to rotate it clockwise in respect to the firing tip. So it's going to be going like this. So this is how you're going to rotate the crystal and go to the next set of opposing facets. So it's going to look like this. Now that we've cleared the crystal, I'm going to show you how to program it. The first thing you want to do is think about what you want to program it with. Always start with love. Love is the most powerful force in the whole universe, so have that be part of your program. In this case, I'm going to do love, gratitude, and protection. You don't want to get too specific with your program because then you start to limit. So what we're going to do next is you have to form a connection with the crystal. So you're going to hold the crystal in your dominant hand and you're going to rotate it clockwise in respect to the firing tip. So here's the firing tip. So you're going to rotate it this way in your hand, like this, until you feel the crystal start to get sticky. Once it starts to get a little sticky, that means you have a great connection with it. Now that we've formed a connection with the crystal, what we're going to do is we're going to take our pointer finger and we're going to put it on one of these facets here. Don't cover the tip, just put it on the side of one of these facets. And while we're doing this next part of the programming, you're going to actually be squeezing the crystal as you lower your hand down abruptly, creating a piezoelectric effect where you're shooting the intention, the energy, and the program into the crystal by squeezing it. And so what you're going to be doing is you're going to be taking an inward nostril breath, holding that as you're holding the program in your mind's eye, and then you're going to do a sharp outward nostril breath as you exhale. So it's going to look like this. Like that. And now we'll see if the program stuck in the crystal. So you're going to take your finger and try to slide it across one of the facets. If it sticks like that, that means the program has gone into the crystal. If it slides like this back and forth, it means that you have to rerun that program. Not a big deal, but you just have to reprogram the crystal because the program didn't go into the crystal. In order to use the Vogel Cut Crystal, what you do is you hold the wider end, which is the receiving end, also known as the female end, in the palm of your hand. And depending on the size of your crystal, if you have a larger one, it's just going to look like this. And then you're going to take your finger and put it towards the firing tip like that. And one thing that I like to do, too, is it protects you. If you're working on someone, you don't jab them with the tip of the crystal, or you don't break it off, too. You don't want to cover the tip like this. You don't want to cover the tip, but you want to have it close to the tip, so it also, protects the tip. But also, this is what Marcel said is your shutter control. So when you slide the finger back and forth, you can actually change the concentration, or the focus rather, of the beam that's coming out of the tip of the crystal. So as you go towards the tip, you make the beam narrower, and as you draw the finger back, you make the beam wider. So depending on what you're using it for, if you're doing land clearing, if you're working on a younger child, if you're working on an adult that's dealing with something physically, depending on what you're working on, just intuitively listen. Are you supposed to have a wider or a narrower beam? And that is how you properly program a Vogel Cut Crystal. In the next steps, we're going to show you how to use a Vogel Cut Crystal on an individual. In this video, I'm going to show you how to now use the Vogel Cut Crystals on an individual. You don't really want to use it on a very small child because there's a lot of energy coming through, so you have to be very careful. But an older child or an adult works perfectly. So the first thing you want to do is you want to find the thymus gland on the individual. And so to find the thymus gland, it's basically, if you look at the creases under your arms and you go across to the midsection of your body and about 4 fingers or so down from the chin, the throat here. And what you have to do is make sure, if you have buttons like this, pull them to the side, and you're going to hear almost like a hollow thump. And so start on this side of your body so you hear what a solid thump is. And then you can start to feel like a hollow thump. So that's where you're going to start to work on the individual. Okay? And so what you're going to do is you're going to take the crystal and you're going to go in counterclockwise. So counterclockwise is this way. So the way you're holding the crystal, your thumb is actually going to turn towards the body, not away, but towards the body. And you're going to take your left hand and you're going to put it behind the individual here. And you're going to come in and go towards the thymus, and you're going to go left-handed, and you're going to be about 1.5 to 2 inches away. And you're going to go back and forth, and then you're going to find the resistance, and you're going to take your hand and now turn it clockwise, so clockwise like this, till you feel the resistance, and you're going to lock on it. And you want to be in the correct space, so you basically want to be in their energetic field here, so their auric field, and you're going to be scanning up and down until you feel some resistance. And it might take a few seconds, it could take a few minutes, but just be patient until you feel that. And then what's going to happen is the crystal's going to start pulsing and your hand's going to start pulsing, and you're going to basically feel this energetic link. And you're going to have the individual breathe in, breathe out, and we're going to start to synchronize our breath. Synchronize your breath, and then you're going to focus on love and well-being for the individual. And you're going to feel that energetic flow up through the body and through the crystal, the program crystal. And then you're going to start moving up and down like this with the individual, up and down. And now you're going to have them go within to that place where you feel the discomfort. In this case, he feels some discomfort in his right leg. So he's going to go within your body, feel that discomfort, feel that how it feels in the body. And I want you to go energetically lock into that and figure out what the root cause is, what caused that. Feel like an energetic connection with that. Okay, you're going to lock that up. And then what we're going to do is when he has a lock and we're synchronizing our breathing, I'm going to start to talk a little louder, and we're going to energetically connect with that. And then what you're going to do is you're going to bring your hand up, and your left hand is going to close, and then you're going to go like this and release it. And as I'm doing that, I'm going to be clockwise rotating the crystal and squeezing the Vogel crystal, causing a energetic pulse or a piezoelectric effect in the crystal. And so we're going to do that, and we're going to release it, and we're going to do it 3 times, and then we'll move on to the next step. So he's going to go within, feel that. We're synchronizing our breathing. Like that. And we're going to do it again. Okay, feel that space, feel that space. Feel it, grab onto it, ready? One more time. Okay. Okay, and now what we're going to do is we're going to pulse back and forth, the energy, And just start to fill that space up with love and light and truth. It's been released. Just feel that energy coming through. Oh wow. Breathe. Breathe in, breathe out, and release. And now I'm going to take the crystal and put it right near the thymus gland, like that. Then I'm going to have him lean forward, and I'm going to do some energetic pulsing on the back of the neck here. And then one more breath in, and then release. Great. And you always end with a hug and with an embrace, and tell that individual how loved they are, and just send that heart space love and feeling through that individual. Thanks so much for watching, and for more information, please visit vogelcutcrystals.com.
It was really nice.
You could feel it?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.